And now, your WZDX Pinpoint Weather with Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman.
Well, unfortunately, we never really saw the clearing that I actually thought we'd see this afternoon. Instead, all we had were just a few little glimpses of sunshine. Temperatures only climbed once again into the mid and upper 40s. A couple remote locations did actually see the lower 50s. Fort Payne, good evening. You saw a high this afternoon of 51 degrees. I had a viewer text us and tell us that he saw 53 today over in Red Bay. Elsewhere, 48 was a very popular number. Huntsville International, Athens, Decatur, Coleman, Fayetteville up in southern Middle Tennessee, Florence all saw highs this afternoon of 48 degrees. An average high temperature right around 53, 54 degrees. We are actually going to stay relatively warm as we head into the overnight, especially when you think about our average low temperature. Our average low temperature right around 34 degrees. We're only going to bottom out in the lower 40s. I've got a low right around 42 degrees. Now, that sounds like fantastic news, and your heat can probably take a break tonight, but rain is also possible across the Tennessee Valley, and rain is going to remain possible at least through the first half of the day Wednesday. That's going to prevent our temperatures from moving all that much. We're only going to finish the day in the mid and upper 40s. Wouldn't be the least bit surprised if some of us don't get much higher than 42 or even 43 degrees. Pinpoint Viper is trying to pick up on a couple of scattered light showers this evening. Most of this activity is confined to northwest Alabama, Lauderdale, Colbert, and Franklin counties. Beginning to see a little bit of light rain move into Limestone, Lawrence, and Morgan counties. Not 100% confident that all of this is actually hitting the ground right now. It's part of a much bigger system sitting south of Louisiana at this point, an area of low pressure. It is associated with an upper level trough as indicated by that dashed line. A fair amount of rain associated with this system back into Mississippi, Arkansas, portions of Louisiana, north of that, northern Arkansas up into Missouri, and then across the Midwest. Actually talking about a fair amount of snow. We're certainly not going to be talking about any snow across the Tennessee Valley, but I'll go ahead and tell you to plan now to have a raincoat or at least some sort of umbrella when you head out the door to work. Maybe you're getting the kids on the school bus tomorrow morning. They're certainly going to want an umbrella or a raincoat. We'll be talking about widespread rain through a good majority of the morning commute. The good news here is that we'll just be talking about some light scattered showers by the time we get to the lunch hour, and this activity is going to continue to back off through the remainder of the afternoon, early into the evening. By 5:30, 6 o'clock at night, we're finally going to begin to see that cloud cover break just a little bit, especially across northwest Alabama. And it looks like the clouds are going to continue to break up as we head into the morning commute on Thursday. Now, with that in mind, the Thursday morning commute should be rather chilly. Plenty of sunshine through Thursday afternoon and then a clear sky as we head into Thursday evening. As far as additional rainfall totals are concerned, most of us looking at anywhere between a quarter of an inch to a half an inch of new rainfall. Really nothing that significant. Much cooler on Thursday. I've got a high right around 43 degrees. We start the day in the upper 20s. It's right around 28. 50 by the time we get to Friday. Plenty of sunshine. Other isolated opportunities for rain once we get to Saturday and Sunday. First day of winter is on Monday. I've got a high right around 55 degrees, Mike.
Can't believe winter is already in that 7-day forecast, and it has been for a couple of days now. But I guess this week, Jordan, it kind of makes sense. The beginning of the week, nobody likes the beginning of the week. It was crummy weather. Then at the end, it kind of sunnies up a little bit, so to speak.
It does. We're going to see some improvement by the time we get to Thursday and Friday.
All right, Jordan. Thank you. We'll catch up in just a little bit.